So answering some more questions that have come in. And the first one is, do you help with anxiety and depression? Holy cow, yes, that is primarily what we do. This is one of the biggest misnomers that I see happen so often when it comes to treatment for drugs, alcohol, pills, different things, is we want to find out, why did we start using it in the first place? And underneath, not all, but I would say the bulk majority of all addiction comes from and stems from some form of anxiety or depression or trauma. And so most people think they come in to get off the drugs and the alcohol. That is one of the first things, so we can start to clear the space to make room for what's really going on and driving this. And at the base is that depression, the anxiety, the trauma, you name it, all the different mental health, all the things that are going up here with the brain chemistry and the void that we feel in here. So once you get sober physically off of the drugs and alcohol, and we do detox here as well, that is when the actual work starts. It's not, okay, let's help get you sober. Oh, you've got a few weeks or months now sober, good luck, see you later. No, now we get to deal with the stuff that's been driving this the entire time. This is why our treatment team of doctors, therapists, psychologists, we have a huge team, case managers, counselors, that really get in and help you identify the stories, the beliefs, what has been going on, what may have happened to you, and to identify why this has been driving this behavior. And the cool thing about this is the organic byproduct is afterwards, you no longer want to use. See, once we take care of the root issue, it's like, I don't know why this analogy just popped up in my head, but we had something that stunk in our refrigerator and we couldn't find it. And so what does grandma say? Oh, grab baking soda, put it in, the smell goes away. It worked a little bit, but here's what happened. We didn't remove the core thing that was causing the smell. We just masked the smell. And so it took care of it for a little bit, but then it got worse and worse and worse. And then once we finally said, okay, this isn't working, just masking the part that we don't like, that's not working, we started pulling everything out, and some leftover food had fallen back behind the drawers. It was gross, I'll save you the details, but once we actually removed that was what was making the smell. We didn't have to keep putting baking soda in, we didn't have to keep, every time we would open, the waft of just that horrific smell would come out. The reason why I use this analogy is it's very similar, because if we just try to mask and take care of the things or remove the drugs or alcohol from the system, it's still gonna be there that's driving it to that behavior. So to answer the question, do we help with anxiety and depression? That's mainly all we do. And so if you are struggling with anxiety, depression, some form of trauma, whatever's going on that is driving this need or this desire to numb or sedate, that is specifically what we do and address. So by the time you complete the 90-day program, you've dealt with that. You've looked at it and you've actually, and this may sound weird, and there's even a part of me that's hesitating saying it, but I think it's important, is there's a part of you that is able to look at that and to recognize that and to pull the lesson from that to actually make you stronger moving forward. So it's not something that continues to tank you, but where you actually find power from. And we have client after client after client share this once they go through the experience of how much stronger they feel, of recognizing what caused it, why they thought that way, and the changes they made, and now so much stronger and more powerful than before. And so the addiction part is minor compared to the level and depth of the anxiety and depression.